If you guys want to make those bounce beats like Decap and all these newer producers, this is the video for you. So let's hop straight into FL Studio. Firstly, let's get the tempo down. So, okay, so we're at 96 BPM about. We're going to use Decap's kit. Okay, so let's go to Decap's Drums That Knock, volume 10. And let's start with our kick and our snare. This identifies the track, is the kick and the snare. So let's find a kick that stands out. Now, usually they have impact kicks. These are more like sound effects. Think of it like a kick and a higher frequency thing stacked together, even though it's one thing. But think of it that way, like a kick and an open hi-hat stacked. That way you can understand the purpose of that type of kick. Okay, this one sounds clean, pretty. Okay, so we have a lot of kicks here. This also feels cool. Let's open that up. Okay, so now we need some type of clap. Now the clap or snare, but let's use a clap. So the difference here is that, let's go to our snares and claps. You want really truncated sounds. Okay, so another thing you want to do is usually layer sounds. Like this is a layered sound. It's a snare and then a Foley sound. Because that creates the illusion of bounce. So let's open this up. Let's use the snare, for example, and we'll layer a sound. Okay, so let's get to the drum programming. We're going to add the snare on the 2 and the 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay. Now, the cool part is you could take away stuff over time. The whole goal is to make people expect something at some point in time and then take it away. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So we're tricking the listener. Blank 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blank. Okay, you could just switch it up that way, or you could change up the timing. Okay, so let's go to our kick. Now, usually I don't program kicks and snares on the same thing. And we're going to spread out the kick, so it's boom, clap, clap, snare, boom, boom, boom. Okay. I'm also going to use 2 different kicks. Okay, so we're spreading out those kicks and using that trace seal, boom, 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 to load back in. And if you struggle with time, use your metronome. So we're going to repeat that pattern, nothing crazy. 1, 2, snare, boom. Okay, just repeat that for now. We're going to keep it simple. Let's go back to the song mode. Now let's start adding the higher percussion. So hi-hats, hand percussion. This is where you're going to add the stuff that moves around. And also this genre likes Foley sounds. So you don't always have to use a trap hi-hat, but let's record by hand. So notice I'm recording by hand so I can record the human timing. Let's go to layout C4, layout piano. I'm using my comma to record middle C. Okay, so I recorded by hand because it has that realistic delay. Even better if you do it off the metronome so you have real timing. Now I could fix that one hi-hat, but I'm not going to focus on it. Okay, now let's add a drum fill here. Okay, so I like this one. Let's drag it in. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. But we want this to last about a bar. So let's go to mode, stretch mode, lock this into the bar using the time knob and turn down the volume. Okay, so it's half a bar. Let's go to beat, grab this, pull it in. Actually, we could just double click, go to time knob, lock it in to about half that length and drag it over. And again, that timing adds to that swing. Let's find a one shot. They usually use like metallic one shots for the genre. also brass that has like a subtle attack like this one. That sample's a little long, so I'm going to look for a bell sound. This is a cool sound effect you could add in. Now I would just visually add it in, unless it's like super on crazy timing. So let's go to snap to grid, 1/2 beat. And to move it off the grid a little bit, hit Alt, right click, and Alt, left click and drag. Just to fit it in that groove. So it's just a sound effect. Okay, so I can't find a bell type sound. So let's use that brass sound that I had. Now for these sounds, you want to think about truncation of the sound. So when you have a sample, let's go to the envelope tab, go to volume, turn everything down except for the hold parameter. So now when you let the key go, it truncates the sound. And it gives you a different vibe. Okay, so that's how you get that Neptunes type groove. Let's record this. Okay, so I try to switch up the notes. Okay, so now I'm going to add another instrument. Let's add a riser too. Let's add this in here. Turn this down. So we're going to add a riser at the end of something and then cut it off. Using the slice tool, hit shift, do a vertical slice. Okay, so now we need something to fill in the gap. It could be percussion one-shots. So this is where they drag and drop a lot of sound effects. I'm going to add a couple things in here, but this is where you would take the time to really just drag and drop your favorite sounds. Okay, the goal is just to surprise the listener with sounds. Let's see if we... So I'm going to record this in the background. It may or may not fit. So let's record this. And again, recording it by hand. Change that snap to grid to a bar mode. Record, notes and automation. Just playing my middle C at using the comma. Let's go to new. Okay, so also you can mess with the swing parameter. For this track, I don't need it, but you can mess with the swing parameter. So I'm not going to mess with it for this track because I don't think I need it. Okay, so now you need cool music. Again, you can sit here all day and add percussion. Let's see what kind of sounds we want. Let me think. What kind of synth we want for this one. And usually, again, they use metallic sounds. Okay, so let's go to mallets. You could do mallet or you could do... Now, you don't want these sounds that ring out very, long. Want stuff like this, very percussive, short sounds. Let's record this. And usually it's half steps. Okay, so now we can go to the brass. Dun. Dun. It's hard to match this tone with the brass. Forgot what I originally played. I think I played E. I forgot what I played originally. These aren't tuned the same, so one's tuned differently than 440. I think it's the brass is probably tuned differently, but I don't want to sit here and waste time tuning. Okay, now let's add these sounds through the heat wave. All right, so now we need to also add the bass. So here we can add 3x OSC. Turn down oscillator 2 and 3 to pull this down. Now you have a simple sine wave sub. And you could do a lot with this. Okay, so I'm going to go to the wrench tool, turn on monophonic so I don't overlap notes. So I'm just going to do the subs instead of the brass because it's out of key. So you can play it freehand. Now we have the sub in here. So you want your sub to hit around 75 hertz. That's where the car shakes. See what frequency we're at. All right, let's run it through heat wave. tune the bass. Also, if you want that like Dr. Dre effect, add the Fruity Stereo enhancer. Another thing you can mess with is the pitch knob up top. All right, so that's how you make bounce beats. If you want to learn more, go to busyworksbeats.com/beatmaker for our beatmaker blueprint. I teach you how to make beats. I give you the sounds and a bunch of stuff. All right, guys, thank you for watching. It's Game from busyworksbeats.com. Peace.